With the 12th pick of the 2024 MLB Draft, the Boston Red Sox select Braden Montgomery, an outfielder from Texas A&M. The San Francisco Giants had the next pick.
Greg, I'm telling you, he was my clear cut coming into this year, #1. If he'd have continued to stay, and I think that injury in the playoff game against the University of Oregon really knocked him down. He's a top 5. They got a gem here, I believe.
Yeah, it was a scary injury. I think one of the reasons they got a gem is because he's got a talented skill set. And then if you've ever talked to the kid, he's about as impressive as it gets. Yep. He sounds like he's ready to run his own company, and he is. He's the CEO of his own company, and it's a damn good one. He's a switch hitter that, best case scenario, you got a Carlos Beltran type deal to it. And when he's in the outfield, I don't care what level he's playing at, don't run on that arm.
And Greg, this is where the NIL affects college baseball. This kid's a Stanford student, athlete.
First 2 years went to Stanford.
Who transferred to Texas A&M for baseball. Now, he'll go back and get that Stanford degree, but that's what Tony's talking about. That's the level of intelligence. Go ahead, jump in, guys.
The bottom line is Tony nailed this. This kid's a tool shed. Like, he has every tool. If you break it down, he's an impact right fielder because you got an 8 arm. Like, you don't see that much at the big league level anymore. This guy hits the ball exceptionally hard. His bat speed of all college hitters registered near the top of the board. He's a switch hitter, better from the left, developing from the right. He's got bat-to-ball skills that are improving, and all he has to do is figure out a little bit with his chase traits, a little bit his swing and misses. I mean, the Red Sox should be happy he broke his ankle, because what just landed in their lap is their starting right fielder in a few years.
Yeah, when you see him in uniform up close, your first thought is, well, that's ideal if you're scouting or you're recruiting. And then if you get to meet him and talking to his teammates, they just talked about what a high character dude he is. And when you've got someone that talented that also has that attribute, you got yourself a first round.
Yeah, it's ability, it's makeup. He's not going to be a two-way guy, but he's up to 96 on the mound. They didn't pitch him a lot this year. And Harold, I do think you're right. I think he was Oakland's guy before he got hurt. I think he goes #4 to Oakland if he doesn't have the injury.
I'll tell you what, man. This kid is a absolute stud. I mean, you get a chance to stand next to him, impressive. Again, I got to give some props to MLB's RBI program, and it develops. Him and Moore used to play together in those youth tournaments. Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, Xavier Scruggs about to interview Braden Montgomery.
Braden, you're sitting back there thinking about the opportunity to be drafted. You hear the Boston Red Sox. What immediately goes through your mind?
Just happiness. I mean, I'm glad that they took me, and it's going to be awesome. I'll make the most of it.
Yeah, when you think about the things that have inspired you over the past few years to help you get to this point, whether it be the people, the work that you put in, what really comes to mind with all that?
I guess just the drive to want to be the greatest. I want to be the best in every room, and that's how I go to work each day, and so that's how I approach things. That's what wakes me up each morning.
There's obviously been adversity throughout the journey. You played well, Texas A&M this year, end up getting hurt. Obviously, everybody's here is happy for you, a lot of supporters. For you, what have you learned most along your journey to help you get to this point?
Yeah, I've just kind of learned how to be the person I want to be and how I want to treat people, because that's ultimately the way that people remember you. They're not going to remember how many homers I hit or how many times I strike out. So that's kind of what I've learned. I want to be a good teammate, be a good person.
Well, congratulations. Go do your thing, my man.
Thank you.
Everyone loves Braden Montgomery, who was just drafted 12th overall by the Boston Red Sox. Let's take a look at Braden through a player's eye. Here's Gary Sheffield breaking him down.
That's Braden Montgomery. I'm watching this big kid. I'm watching him no stride hit, which shows me he has fast twitch muscles. And when you have fast twitch muscles, you can let the ball travel a long time. And for his size, that's important, because when you're 6'2" or over, it's hard to hit that inside pitch. That's very impressive. When you can take it from high school and take it to college and still have success and be able to hit at the college level, and you can go back in reserve and say, if I need to pitch, I'll do that as well. But it's really impressive.
I hope they commit to him as a switch hitter.
He's a switch hitter.
Because there's been talk he's better from one side.
I know. We heard that about Ellie De La Cruz, too. You got to let switch hitters be switch hitters.
You know, you had a great point on switch hitting at all. So I don't know if we have time to get into that right now, but it was tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for who's going to be the first super switch hitter, or not looking for, just a thought. Splits right now are trending towards hitters, right-handed pitchers being better against lefties, left-handed pitchers. So why wouldn't a switch hitter decide based off the stuff, not the arm that the guy's throwing with?
That's good.
He's going to hit left or right-handed.
Back to the